If you're a retail brand selling products, it's a pretty complex world out there. Brick and mortar, online, different online channels. How do you simplify that process? Hi, I'm Daniel Burstein, Director of Editorial Content at Marketing Sherpa. We are here at the Marketing Sherpa Media Center at IRCE. And joining me now is Mark Friedman, the President of E-commerce for Steve Madden. Thanks for joining us, Mark.
Good morning.
So let's start with Steve Madden and then we'll get into this complexity you go into. So what does Steve Madden sell and how does it sell?
So we sell predominantly shoes, also a bunch of accessories, handbags, and other licensed product. 80% of our volume is done at wholesale, so selling to all the major retailers in the country, a lot of online business, Amazon, Zappos, Nordstrom, Macy's online. And then we've got our own factory outlet and full price retail stores in the US. We have distributorships also around the world. So we're doing wholesale and online and retail business outside of the US. And then I'm responsible for our e-commerce business.
Okay, great. And the complexity in how you deal with that customer is only growing. So we're Marketing Sherpa, so Sherpa is someone who helps guide you up the mountain. So if you'd say, like, where are you up that mountain of trying to get from this very complex environment to simplifying it for the customer? How far do you think you've gotten so far?
Well, I think you start to get up the mountain a little bit, and then sometimes you hit some rocks slide out from under your feet. Maybe you fall back a little bit. I've been with the company for 5 years. Madden had been a very forward, digital thinking kind of a business. They had a site earlier than a lot of folks had done. They were also doing some things that others hadn't been doing many years ago, and that was being able to ship from our stores direct to the customer as well as warehouses. That now is kind of the basics that people are doing, but we were doing it earlier. So I think we're kind of moving up the mountain, but we've got a long way to go.
So give us a sense of the team you manage and how you focus on, like, where do you decide, okay, what's the next goal we have to hit? Because as you say, the rocks are always sliding out from under you as you're climbing up there.
Yeah, we are a big company. We're a public company, $1.4 billion. But one of the nice parts of it is that although we're very large and public, we to some degree manage it fairly entrepreneurially. So we've got a roadmap that we try to adhere to, but the roadmap changes as things develop. So we're working on lots of different initiatives at the moment. We kind of went back, when I started 5 years ago, we were on a homegrown e-commerce platform. We realized that we needed to re-platform for the future, so we did that about 2 years ago. We've just relaunched our mobile app. So we feel good about our desktop platform. Mobile web is continuing to grow and probably the most important channel that we've got. We think the mobile app will also be important as we continue to look at rolling out a loyalty program in the near future.
So you mentioned you had to re-platform. How did you realize that? How did you figure out you had to re-platform? What should people watching look out for?
Yeah, I think we looked at the technology that we were running on and all. We were on a .NET platform. And although that may not mean a lot, and me as a marketer didn't mean so much to me either, but we felt we needed to be on a Java platform. We looked at the feature and function that the old site and capability provided to us, and we felt that there were, when you look at all the hundreds of check boxes that you can check of what you feel like you need to have, we felt like we were missing some things. So we got stability, we got the ability to have greater capacity. We also wanted to run multiple brands off of one e-commerce platform, and we also wanted to be able to run multi-language and multi-currency. So we today have not only Steve Madden US, but we have a separate site for Steve Madden Canada.
Okay, great. And so figuring out what the customer wants, how to best serve them. Again, it's a complex environment. Millennials might want something different than older customers, and technology is a big part of this. So how do you learn, if I can invest in technology A or technology B or technology C, how do you learn what does the customer want, how can I best serve them with this technology, and where should I make my bets?
Yeah, well, we only have a short bit of time, and that's a big question, but look, we do some surveying with customers, and we hear what are their hot buttons, and oftentimes things that you think are important are not really important, to the customer. I think we also look at the competitive landscape of, not only who our competitors are in the sense of selling shoes and accessories, but our customer, where else are they shopping in the marketplace? Where else are they buying online? And although it may not be a product line that's compatible or competitive with ours, you as a consumer, you know XYZ site, and you know the feature and function that they're bringing to market. That's really what the expectations are of customers. So we look at the landscape, we try to see what's out there, and then we try to match it as best we can. But you can't do everything. The new shiny object. You have limited resources, both financially and human resources. And I think it's very easy to start losing focus and start jumping around, going after what you think is that new fun thing, and then you lose a lot of time and effort on things that you already have started to work on.
Do you have any tips for the audience of where they should focus in social or in any other technology with customers? What do you see emerging?
Well, I think one of the things that people forget in our position is that speed and reliability of the platform. It's kind of something that's overlooked, especially if you're a marketing person, because if you're the marketing guy or marketing woman, you're thinking about that feature or function or whatever. But in fact, speed. I know we did some things in fourth quarter, leading up to fourth quarter last year on mobile web that's significant. They weren't big things, right? And I couldn't tell you exactly what they were, but things that improved speed and reliability, and that improved conversion rate. So it's not glamorous, right? Because you can't show it really, other than in the performance, but it really made a big difference. And I think people forget about that sometimes.
And we're impatient now, right? Yeah, that infrastructure is important.
Absolutely.
And so it's very easy also for customers to jump to another site if another site's quicker. And that's really a challenge too, and perhaps a benefit is, as a brand, I can buy Steve Madden shoes on Zappos, I can buy them other places. So how do you work with those partners that you have, but at the same time create a unique value proposition for customers to buy directly from Steve Madden?
Yeah, clearly one of the challenges that we've got, but we are, as I mentioned, 80% of our business is wholesale, so we have to realize that that's the game that we play in. We work in partnership. We benefit whether somebody comes to one of our stores or comes to stevemadden.com, or they go to any one of the retailers that we sell. We're selling more product. We're getting our name out. That's the important thing. In many cases, kind of simple tactical things. If we have a review on our site for a particular product and we have a partnership with one of the wholesalers, we may syndicate our content out to them so that if that product appears on their site, that review will also appear there. We do a lot of our photography, product shot photography is used by our partners. So those are kind of some of the ways that we work with them. Our value proposition, at stevemadden.com, we feel like we've got the deepest selection. We have it before anybody else. Before you can, buy a new product out in the market, you're going to be able to buy it from me. And we also have a lot of content on the site that's available on our mobile app as well as on the desktop version of the site. It talks a little bit about the brand, talks about how to wear our products. We do style tips and new trend information. And we find that our customers like seeing what we think, what was the inspiration for creating a product, and why they should buy it.
So the inspiration for creating a product, so are you reporting on what the designers are doing, what the product managers are doing in your company? Is that tell us more about the content.
Yeah, a little bit. Steve Madden himself, the person, is still actively involved in the business. He's at the office every day working with his designers, coming up with new product and great ideas. We try to interpret what they're doing in the mag. Some of it is user-generated content. We have images on the site that folks have posted of themselves. It's crazy when you're in a brand like Madden. What's the right word? But how people feel about the brand. The shots that women take, guys too, of new product that they bought, how proud they are to be wearing their Steve Madden product. We incorporate that into the site, and it gives other customers some perspective of how others are wearing it. And when we started this, I really thought people were going to take close-ups of their shoes, and that's really not what they do. More often than not, it's full head to toe, and so you're getting to see not only the product that they bought, but their complete look and how they put it together, and that helps other people buy.
So full head to toe, and they're mentioning Steve Madden.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. Hashtag Steve Madden, and you know, they're showing complete head to toe. From and oftentimes they were in a hat and a top and a bottom and jewelry, and it's all outfitted.
So lastly, let me ask you, for other marketers watching, we talked about all this complexity, right? And you're climbing up that mountain. Where do you think the low-hanging fruit is? What have you learned from your experiences in simplifying, for the customer, internally your own technology, for your team, across your ecosystem? Where has the low-hanging fruit been? Where do you get the biggest return from?
Well, I think conversion. I think that it's, whether you're in a four-wall retail business or even an online business, tougher to get traffic, tougher to get qualified traffic to come to your store and or site. And I think that all too often, brands are focused on how do I drive more traffic, when in reality, you probably should be spending time on figuring out how to convert the traffic that you do get. So I think the low-hanging fruit for us is spending more time understanding how the customer is navigating through the site, where we're losing people in the funnel, and where there's friction. What are there things that we could be doing to make it simpler for her or him to check out.
And how have you engaged in conversion optimization? Do you do A/B testing, user testing? What do you?
Yeah, so we're moving forward with some A/B testing. I think that my background is old direct marketing guy, so I'm a test, kind of a guy, and we haven't quite had all the capabilities that we've needed to do that. So we are moving forward with some A/B testing kinds of functionality. But a lot of it is just understanding, using your analytics solutions, and understanding where in the pipeline you're losing people, and simple things. It could be because address verification is not working correctly, and the customer is not putting an apartment number in, and for whatever reason they get frustrated. I think we sometimes look at the big things when in reality the devil's in the details. And that's kind of the way I've lived my career, is that I can be strategic, but I also think that that devil in the details is really important.
Sounds like some other great ways you're learning about the customer.
Yeah, she wants it, and I use the word she, as kind of a euphemism. We're roughly a 90%, a female-oriented business. She is more impatient than ever. She wants to be able to shop when she wants to, in the way she wants to, whether it be on mobile app, mobile web, desktop, in my store. She wants to be able to find the same product. She wants to see it for the same price. If we have promotions, she wants the promotions to be available to her across channel. She wants to be able to use the same payment methods across devices. They want it simple, and they want it now. And what used to be okay a year ago or 2 years ago is no longer good.
Yeah, well, thanks for sharing what you learned about the customer, Mark.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and if you want to get more ideas on how you can learn about your customers, you can watch all the videos from the Marketing Sherpa Media at Marketing Sherpa Media Center at IRCE at marketingsherpa.com/IRCE.